Right, I'm literally jumping on here to debunk some debunking about the second Sphinx. So if you didn't know, last month, Filippo Biondi, who was the dude who claimed that his scans showed structures underneath the Giza pyramids, remember that? That's fun. Well, he has done more scanning, and he said that he is 80% sure, well, he was 80% sure that he found structures, deep shafts, and a second Sphinx that was in a geometric location, geometric parallel with the original Sphinx, but facing the other way. But then a lot of people came out with this one photo saying, well, no, there isn't a Sphinx there, because nowadays there's like a whole mound of sand, exactly where this scan is saying there's a second Sphinx. And then in the 1920s, there is a very clear aerial photo that shows that there was absolutely no mound. So people are going, well, look, there clearly isn't a mound. There clearly isn't a Sphinx. But Filippo has gone away, done more research, come back and said, no, let me just clarify. I'm not saying the mound is the second Sphinx. It is way underground. So let me explain. So this is an aerial photo of the Giza pyramids from like the 1920s. And you can see here, this is kind of the area where Filippo is saying that there is a second Sphinx showing up on his like deep earth scans. There is absolutely no mound of earth here. Here's a better view. No mound in the 20s. There's a mound of sand there now. Filippo has come out just to clarify that he's not talking about the mound of sand. That is absolutely 100% not anything to do with the Sphinx. That is just a modern pile of sand that they excavated from when they were excavating around the Giza Plateau. He's saying that deep underneath the earth at that point is, on the scans, showing a fully formed Sphinx in a Sphinx posture with front legs, back legs, and a face. And he will bring receipts of that. Next month, he's appearing at a conference, and that's when he's going to show the photo evidence, well, the scan imagery evidence of this Sphinx. And he said that the head is big. He said it has a face, 4 legs, all complete, plus a face. And he said that the head, what he thinks is interpreting it as a lion, which is interesting, and it makes a lot of sense because the oral history or the oral legend is that the original Sphinx was a lion with a much bigger head, and then the early dynastic Egyptians whacked the head off or like whittled it down into a pharaonic pharaoh face. But the head is way too small compared to the original Sphinx body. You probably know all this, I'm preaching to the crowd, but this original one apparently is untouched because it's been there. And he said that it's so deep underground that Filippo is speculating that even the ancient Egyptians didn't know where that one was, and that it might be intact from antiquity. I did not say that word right. Antiquity. I'm so excited. I can't talk when I'm excited. But if this is the case, if there is a buried, fully formed, untouched Sphinx that could be from the Egyptian times, could be from before, who knows, but it is a lion. We may find out, if that's true, that we may find out what the original Sphinx's head looked like, because I'm guessing they're going to be twins or sisters or brothers or cousins. I guess we've got to wait like 4, 5, 6 weeks, or however long it is until this conference, until we can get the imagery that Filippo is saying he is now 100% confident. Now he's got this upgraded imagery of what we're looking at. And personally, if I was going to put money in a box or put money on a bet, what do I say? I would say I always thought that the Sphinx originally was a lion. Because I think that the imagery of 2 lions, it's all over the gaff. It's all over the ancient world. They found it at Sayburç in Turkey, and it's like 10,000 years old. The ancient Sumerians, they were obsessed with having 2 lions. It's everywhere. So it would make sense. It would make sense that if the Sphinx originally was a lion, that there was another one. And if it was going to be anywhere, it also would make sense where it is now. So, could be wrong, but I'm not afraid to be wrong. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say, I hope that it's true. And let's get a bucket and spade, shall we? And that's the only way we're going to see, is if we dig. So there we are. Enjoy your day.